Hello, hello, hello. What is up, everybody? My name is Lord Davy. Welcome back to ranking all the levels in LEGO Indiana Jones: The Original Adventures. So we're just gonna rank these levels from the 18 spot to the first spot. We're going in the order of worst to best. So there's gonna be like a general ranking from like a 1 to a 7. 7 being like pretty much perfect, to 1 being just absolute dog water, 4 being medium, 5 a little above average, 3 a little less than average, 2 almost dog water, but not that bad, and then 6 almost perfect, but missing just something. So we're just going to go to the only one in this category that I would rate just a 1 out of 7. The worst level in the game goes to The Last Crusade Motorcycle Escape. Now, the reason why I would rank this level just so far down on the list, it's really only one reason, and one reason only. It's just because the fucking controls on the damn motorcycle are just ass. Well, I mean, there are other reasons, but driving on these stupid motorcycles in this game, it's just not fun. The cars aren't as bad, but these are just fucking pains in the asses more than anything else. Another thing, the atmosphere around this level, it's just the countryside. It's nothing special. Like when I played this game, I don't really think anything pops, but I don't know, it's just kind of boring. And I don't like the fact that there's 2 motorcycles. It would have been so much better every time you pop on the main cycle, the second player like automatically pops onto the cab. And at the finale of this level, there's just a tremendous amount of fucking like bazookas everywhere, and you just die a lot, and these controls aren't very good, and it's just not a fun level. Every time I play this game, it's not a level I look forward to. So yeah, and just like that, like it completely did the ram, like as good as you can get. Hit the accelerate button when you have to, and then it just, yeah, it's just Garbo. It's just hot Garbo. So yeah, that gets a 1 out of 7, worst fucking level in the game. And then for our next ranking, that I would rank 2 out of 7, there's only going to be 1 in this category. It's not complete dog water, but it's still pretty bad. I'm going to Raiders of the Lost Ark, and surprisingly, I'm going to the last level, opening the Ark. So the reason why I would rank this 2 out of 7 is just because I feel like if you're going to have a fucking finale episode to a movie, like, have it be worthwhile. Nothing about this level is really worthwhile to me, except maybe like the one part where you're in this little sub area and you got to shoot these things to make the ladder go up, but I would hardly count that as anything really stellar. And then the next area, it's just like they just threw together this military base, and then the final boss is what's really annoying more than anything, just because like it's just so boring. You just gotta follow him to the next little rock location, and aside from like the music, it's just so underwhelming. And I feel like if you're gonna do a finale episode, like you gotta make it fucking worthwhile. You can't have it be lackluster, which I think that's what really puts it down so far, just because of, I mean, my God, once you're at the end, you want the big finish, not a turd. So yeah, that's why I would rank this 2 out of 7. And for our 16 spot, now we're going into the 3 out of 7, so it's just a little below average. Nothing necessarily bad with these levels, they just didn't really do it for me. And we're going to go to The Last Crusade Desert Ambush. I think, again, for like a fucking penultimate episode, you want it to be, you know, a little more exciting. And yeah, you have the tank battle, which it's okay, and then the mine fight with the tank, where you have to lay down mines for the tank to drive over. I mean, it's harmless. Like I said, there's nothing particularly bad about this level. It just doesn't really do it for me. Like the atmosphere is pretty boring. It's not like the most exciting. The tank shooting at you all the time is so fucking annoying. But that's really it. I mean, it's nothing too criminally bad. It's just I think more than anything, this level just feels a little tedious, and I don't really have too much negative to say. It's just getting the cart set up to blow up this. I think that's what drags us down the most because it's just so it's just so meh. But all in all, I don't really have too much negative to say. It's just kind of boring. It's just there. And since we're still on the Last Crusade, we're gonna go to our number 15 spot. The Hunt for Sir Richard. This one, once again, nothing too particularly wrong with this one. It's just kind of it's kind of a little boring. Nothing too real worthwhile about this one. It's just there. I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to do. Exploring the sewers were kind of cool. The library setup was nice. I did like the boat boss at the end where you had to put him, like put the if I could talk, where you had to run into him with your boat, and that would make the guy crash and doing it. But I think what really sets this one down is it's just really long, and if you're gonna have a really long mission, make it like something worthwhile. But it's not really worthwhile, so this is why this is here. And for our number 14 spot, we're actually going to go first time Temple of Doom, oddly enough. Surprised it took so long to get here. Temple of Doom is probably my third favorite of the original 3 indie films. Nothing wrong with it, it's just I like the other two better. And then we're going to Free the Slaves. And once again, this one, it just suffers the same problem that the other ones suffer. It's just a bit long, and it's not really that good, I guess. It just does its job. It's average. Nothing really for me pops out about this. It's very annoying when you have to use... There's one mechanic or later on in this where you have to like use like some kind of train card to get a thing to where you're going, or you gotta put it on a little train car and then shoot it off to get to your destination to carry it for you. It's just very long, but I give it a pass solely because at the end you have a boss who is invincible and you have to take down another boss to get him uninvincible, and I think that's a fun little thing. But yeah, you have to... Oh no, it's not a car, you have to whip it. That's right, that's why I really hate this. So you have to take something over there, use like a little train, get it over here, and then drop it, pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it, pick it up. And it's just annoying. And they also do that for the parcel, which is also really annoying, so you have to do that twice. So I think for Soul Reed, because it's annoying, it gets a little lower, but the boss fight is kind of cool because that's a nice little mechanic to where you have like an invincible boss and you gotta defeat him with fucking beating up somebody else. That's neat. Okay, and then for our next one, for our number 13 spot, we're going to Raiders of the Lost Ark, and we're going to City of Danger. It has this... It's just really long, and it doesn't really do it for me. And the atmosphere is just kind of meh. I mean, it's just a rundown Egyptian village. I mean, I guess that's obviously what they're going for, but it's just boring, and that's really it. Like, it's just a boring level. The fun little aspect, though, is one thing that I find to be kind of cutesy is like you have to use tools that a monkey has, and you have to give the monkey a banana to get said tool. And it ties into the to like the movie That One Monkey Man, who, you know, has like an evil monkey that I can't remember what he did in the movie, but he just got a trained monkey, and to have like little trained monkeys all over, and you have to bribe them with banana. That's cute. But aside from that, this level didn't really just stick out too much, and it's pretty long and annoying. So that's why I would rank this one a little bit lower. And then for our last 3 out of 7 ranking, we're going to go back to the Temple of Doom, go to the first level, the Shanghai Showdown. For this one, I appreciate that they're trying to do something different, but it just felt so weird to have Indiana be poisoned and you can't really jump with him, and you gotta bribe all these people with diamonds, which I'm just wondering why they're just diamonds lying about. It just didn't really make sense thematically, so I don't know. I didn't really know how to feel about this. It just felt like they had to incorporate this level somehow. Like they had their hands tied. And the atmosphere, it's okay. I definitely feel like I'm in Shanghai in some little parts of it, but it just doesn't do it for me. It's just a little below average of a level. It's nice and pretty, but that beginning part, it just felt so weird and different, but not in a good different. Just the fact that you have to play mostly as Willy to get him unpoisoned. I don't know. I just wasn't a fan. Now we're getting into the part of the list where I personally would rank them 4 out of 7, so just right down the middle, just average. Nothing wrong, nothing bad. They're just there. So the next one I would rank for the 11th spot would be the Temple of Kali. So personally, I wasn't too crazy about like this opening sequence. I thought it was a weird choice that they wanted lava to be like an aesthetic choice for this. But the end place where you had all the damn like the big statue, and you had the boss where you had to take tricking him into going into the fire. I think that was cute and creative. But this one, it just felt mid. Nothing really too exciting about all of this. Just kind of there. Like I said, nothing. I just feel neutral about this level. I don't really have any strong opinions for it or strong opinions against it. It's just here. Kind of a weaker opening, but a stronger finishing, so that's why I would rank it right in the middle. It just evened out. And then getting into the top 10. And for this one, we're going to Raiders of the Lost Ark, Into the Mountains. And it's kind of funny. With this one, I didn't really have, or with the last level, I didn't really have such strong opinions on it. Like, I liked the end area, and I didn't really care for the last area. But with this one, it's very stark contrast. Like, I hate, and I mean I hate this opening sequence. I think this boss fight's very tedious because you gotta keep fucking throwing chairs at him because he won't let you get too close. And then you got another section where you gotta throw even more chairs at a guy, and then he comes back for a third wave, and it's just really annoying when you're doing like the actual gameplay of it. But then we get to like the atmosphere of it, and I'm a fucking sucker for snowy levels. I mean, I think this area looks absolutely gorgeous. I really feel like I'm in, I think we're in Nepal, maybe? And like a Nepal mountainside. I don't know. I've just always been a sucker for snow levels, and this one does the trick for me. So, but I think like with how much I hate that boss fight, it just evened it out right in the middle to where it's just they both cancel each other out. So that's why I would rank it in the number 10 spot as a 4 out of 4. Just really love it and really hate it at the same time. So yeah. And then for our number 9 spot, we're going to go to The Last Crusade and go to Castle Rescue. What I really like about this level is just because like the setting of it. I really love this like castle look at. I really feel like I'm in a genuine castle. But I don't like the one random boss fight where you're supposed to fight like this weird little military guy, like with the radio, and it doesn't really have anything to do with the movies or anything. I think they just needed a boss fight for some reason. I'm not really sure why. The whole level could have gone without the boss fight, and it would have been completely the same, I think. It just didn't work aesthetically, but That's, well, once again, just my opinion. It edges out just a little bit more from the last mission, just because I didn't care about the boss fight as much as the last one. Like, it just seemed harmless to me. And I really do like this little burning library scene right here. This was fun. So yeah, it's brought down a little bit just by a not needed boss fight, but other than that, pretty good. Good level. Nice average level. And then for our number 8 spot, gonna stay on the Last Crusade and do Trouble in the Sky. This boss fight didn't really feel necessary again. The boss fights where you have to throw shit at them, it's just very annoying just because it's very finicky. So that's why I don't really care about those kinds of fights. And then this setting, it's just meh. The next area where you're just supposed to, you know, get your way to the beach, it's just there. It doesn't really do anything for me. We're just on some countryside, and then the textures just feel so off. Well, like it just feels like it's unfinished in a way. But the part that I really like is a couple aspects. One, I like the parachute enemies where they just like kind of fall from the sky. I like how they like shoot bombs down at you every now and again. Like that's different, and sometimes different's good, and it worked in this manner. So I like that. And then at the very end where you get to the beach part and you have to scare all the seagulls to make them crash into the plane to make the other guy crash, that was very cute. So I think going into the level, like the first couple of parts were kind of mid, but a few mechanics here and there, like I said, the bombs and the pilots dropping down made up for it, and then the beach thing was fun. So yeah, that's why I would rank it at number 9. Or number 8, I should say. Now for our number 7, we'll go to Raiders of the Lost Ark, and we'll go to Pursuing the Ark. It's funny, I didn't really care for this one back in the day, just because this was kind of like a longer level, and it didn't really work for me personally. But I really like at the very end, where you can fight the fucking muscle wrestler guy, and you have to make him hit you have to make him hit anvils that you're holding. And I just thought that's cute. It's a cutesy little thing. It felt very much like what a Lego boss fight should be, and that's fun. And that's a fun boss fight. And it's different at the end where you got to fight on your truck, and there's enemies coming at you left and right, and you have to defeat these waves, and then you finally get on the truck with the Ark, and you can run into the other people off the road. Like, this is a fun little ending, and I think it's a good setup for the last mission. Like, it's a good penultimate mission, which unfortunately is kind of sad why this game's finale for this particular movie is just so lackluster. Now we're getting to the rankings of what I would say would be 5 out of 7 levels. Just a little above average. I think they're just something special to them. They go above and beyond. And then we're going to the Temple of Doom. And we'll go to Pankot's Secrets. And although this level is very, very, very long, I do appreciate it because it has just this fun little mechanic of you can ride elephants, and I'm a sucker for animals, and I like that they're actually part of the level. Like, you use them to walk through the mud because they can fit through it, and you can use them to pick up shit. And even better, you can use them to fucking run over big-ass spiders and snakes, and I don't know, it's just neat. It's different, and it's neat. It loses a little bit of points, though, because it has one part where you have to do the monkey trick again, and I don't think that really worked for this level. It just felt out of place. For the City of Danger, it did, because you had, like, the Monkey Man, but I think the developers are like, hey, we haven't included this in any other level. Can we fit this in somewhere else? And I'm like, I guess we can do it in the jungle part of Pankot's Secrets. And they're like, oh, perfect. Well, let's just do that. And then the palace itself is really beautiful. They do a good job with that. And then once you get into like the cave system, it's a lot of fun. And at the very end, where you're about to get crushed by the fucking wall, like the ceiling, that's a fun and stressful moment. Like it's good, it's stressful. You're just like, oh shit, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And you're just panicking and trying to figure everything out. But yeah, I would rank this game. It's definitely above average. A little too long, but like there are parts of it that are very cutesy and that I appreciate. And then for the last 5 out of 7 ranking, we're gonna stay on Temple of Doom, and then do the finale, Battle on the Bridge. And remember what I said about there's like good, stressful, and whatnot. This is also one of the good, stressful moments because, my God, do I not feel fucking hurried as hell when I get to this little part of the game? Like this just the running water coming at you, and it's just, oh my goodness! And then the pipes bursting around you, and you just feel doom slowly creeping up on you. It's like this is a good shit. And I like that there's 2 cutscenes to where if you crash into the water, you if you crash into the damn water, you get like loaded, like you get flown out, like the water pushes you up. But if you beat the water, it gives you the cutscene of them racing to the edge and jumping out of the way before you get swept up, and that's just cute. So that's a fun little intro to this. And then the end battle scene, it's pretty different, and I like that, just because you're supposed to destroy the bridge along with Kali Ma trying to rip your heart out, and you have to switch characters to prevent him from doing so. And the middle part's a little mid. It's just doing its part, just trying to get you from point A to point B. But I think with how like strong of an opening and a closing of the game, and then the boss fight is just so fucking fun at the end. That's why this gets a little above average for a 5 out of 7, just because fucking good opening and a good battle. Just a middle though. And now we get to the 6 out of 7s, to where personally I think they're almost perfect. They're just missing just a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but yeah. And then once again we're gonna stay on Temple of Doom and go to Escape the Mines. So the reason why I like Escape the Mines a lot, it's solely because at the end, the fucking minecart ride. It's a fun way to just get out of the cave. I like how you have to make your way through the carts by like navigating which buttons to press. And you have to change the core side because not all the courses lead the right way, and it's just fun. And to get there, it's a very easy setup. Nothing too long. Like, it's a nice, short, fun level, and it was very well refreshing. A good penultimate episode to the to the story. And I like it just a smidge bit better, just because like the minecart scene is so fun, and that's really it. It's just a fun damn level, and I really like how you can beat up people on the mine cards, and it just, I don't really have too much negative to say. It's just fun. Like, that's the best way to describe it. It's just fun. And then for our number 3 spot, the last 6 out of 7 spot, we're going to go to Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Well of Souls. Now, I've talked about atmosphere a lot so far, and I think the atmosphere here is just so damn good. I have a huge blast whenever I'm trying to play this level, and like I love like the snake pits everywhere, and it feels very Egyptian-y to me. And there's traps thrown in about it, and then there's a fucking snake boss at the end. Like, of all things, I never would have expected a giant ass snake boss to to be the big little boss fight at the end. That's fun. So I think this is why this game would rank so high. I mean, this level would rank so high, because it's just different, and it's just neat. I love it. It's like a big old snake boss. you got the Egyptian feel, and then the room where it has the ark. Oh my god, it was just so cool getting the ark out of the place with lighting up the puzzle pieces for it, and I don't know, it just was fun. Like I said, just like the Escape the Mines level, it's just a fun level, and that's why I think it ranks so high. Because I mean, when I'm playing a Lego game, that's what I want. I want a nice, fun level. Now, getting to our top two, which I would rank personally, both 7 out of 7s. It was a really, really hard decision to try and pick which one I like better, but I think one just edged out a little bit more. So our number 2 spot is going to Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it's the first mission, the Lost Temple. I think this is as good as you can get when it comes to fucking introducing somebody to a game like this. This level is so fucking iconic. I like the gators as enemies and the big ass spiders as enemies and the temple exploding around you and you having to figure out puzzles around you. And then the chase at the end is just it's so fucking iconic, and having to run away from that damn boulder, and then when you pick up the fucking treasure, and then the whole temple is shaken and just getting destroyed around you. And I like that there's traps with fucking pressure points that'll shoot spears up. That's the only level that does that for whatever reason, and that's a neat little thing. I mean, they're easy to see and watch over, but I mean, watch when I go over here, like little pressure pads. That's fucking cool. I like that. So yeah, I think atmosphere-wise, it's really good. It's a really good intro to the game. Really utilizes, like, oh hey, Indiana, he can fucking use his whip, and this is the proper way to use your whip. And it's just some easy little puzzles here and there they gotta solve, and I really have nothing negative to say about this level. It's just really good. They did a wonderful job with it. So kudos, developers of this game. This level just kicks ass. And then, I know this is very cliche, but the number 1 spot, I really have to give it to fucking The Last Crusades level, Temple of the Grail. I mean, if you're gonna end a game, this is the way to end the game. I really appreciate how this is the only level where you can play 4 people at a time. Granted, it's only like for the first half, but it's still nice to have Brody, Dr. Jones, his dad, and Sala all together trying to get into the temple. And then, like, seeing Petra in, like, Lego form, I don't know what it is. It's just so neat looking. And then once you actually get into the temple, there's traps you gotta avoid. And there's no enemies, which I really appreciate them restraining themselves from doing. I don't know what enemies they could have used, but I'm glad that they didn't. And at the end, where you're facing, like, the Grail Knight and trying to pick a cup, that's so fun. And I just think this game just ended on such a damn high note, and I'm really glad that it ended as high as it did. It's literally the polar opposite of the fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark, and just kudos to this game for being so damn fun. So for those curious, if I were to do like a ranking of like the movies Lego-wise, let's say if you got first place, you got 1 point, and if you got 18th place, you got 18 points. Obviously, you like low score wins. So I did the math, and it's really funny. So in third place, I got The Last Crusade with 67 points. It just didn't really stand out for me. I mean, I'm looking through the list, and like there's none in the top 5, except like the number 1 spot being Temple of the Grail. But there's just a lot of ones that are much lower on the list, and I feel like they shouldn't be. I mean, I do feel like they should be. It just feels kind of wrong. So it got 67 points, and then funnily enough, Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom tied with 52 points each. So I guess if I would have to pick one that I like better, I would say Raiders of the Lost Ark just because that first level is just so damned good. So I guess by the slightest fucking margin of favoritism of the first level, Raiders of the Lost Ark ranks number 1, and then followed by Temple of Doom, just barely second place. And number 3, obviously number 3, would be The Last Crusade. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed ranking these levels, and yeah, that's gonna do it today. Bye.